Sind wir live? We're live.
We're live.
So we're live at the Schwab-München Segelflugmesse Expo here in Schwab-München in Germany. We have our brand new plane which we want to introduce, a cooperation between Philip Kolb here in the picture, myself from Chocofly, and the model maker Jose Medina from Spain.
His name is Jorge.
Jorge.
Yeah.
Hi Jorge. So we're
Hi.
live. We will also film the same thing on the camera, so we have it uploaded onto YouTube later on the Chocofly channel. You can find it under chocofly.ASW12. So you find this, we will introduce the plane, the history behind it. Philip has a lot of knowledge about it, and we will say what we're gonna do and where we're gonna fly it. So Philip, I would say, why did we choose to make this plane?
It was a great endeavor, actually. You know, actually, first of all, I need to say it's one of my favorite all-classic sailplanes, and I got a few pictures on the internet from Jorge Medina, actually, who chose this plane to manufacture as a GPS triangle plane. First of all, of course, as a scale plane, but he had in mind to do it for a GPS triangle racing. And instantly, I was hooked, Daniel was hooked, and we tried to make the best out of it to get some kind of, let's say, cooperation between all the three parties. And so I did the aerodynamical development on the wings, on the tails, and the sizing of the plane, which is not actually the original ASW12, because we went into the history when Hans-Werner Grosse was flying this plane about 50 years ago to a fabulous world record. So if you get this plane, you get a lot of history with it as well. And we figured out that there was a 19-meter version of it, which was called ASW12BV. And with this knowledge and with all the documentation we got from Alexander Schleicher Sailplanes, big thanks.
Thank you guys
by the
for
way,
the help.
we figured out we could go for this planform, for this geometry of the plane, which gives us a little edge over the normal ASW12. And because of all this history which we feel in gliding, Daniel's grandpa, for example, was test pilot for Glasflügel, and he flew the Libelle. And I am hooked with these classic sailplanes. Might it be the Cirrus from Schempert, or the AN66 from Neukomm, or the Circe D36, where actually Gerhard Weibel was involved as well, and this very sailplane, which flew this fabulous world record in 1972 with Hans-Werner Grosse. Imagine, he flew from Lübeck, which is in the northern part of Germany, to the southern part of France, which is 1460 kilometers, almost 50 years back, without GPS, without accurate meteo, and this achievement stood for about 35 years. It stood over the millennium till it was broken, and therefore we put all our energy, all our passion into this project, and now here it stands, thanks to Daniel, thanks to Jorge Medina, thanks to this cooperation.
So Philip, you know, for GPS flying we're looking for special model. The geometry has to be right, the surface has to be right. What we really focused on the plane also is the packing, because next year we want to meet our friends in the US. We planned a trip to fly over there, and we have the AN66 from Philip, which goes into a box, but that's the only plane available. So of course we made that plane so we can fit it in the box, and we will fly to the US next year and race with you guys over there. But back to this, Philip, I know the wing is similar to the AN66, which Philip proven with all his world champion titles is the benchmark of gliders on the market at the moment. What's so special about the ASW12 in terms of wing load and so on? What's nice about it?
The ASW12 actually is pretty similar to the AN66. It has a little shorter tail on, but a little larger tail volume because of the T-tail, so it should perform handling-wise pretty similar. The wing planform actually is pretty similar as well. It's a little bit more aggressive when it comes to taper ratio, so we needed to work a little harder on the layout of the transitional airfoils all along the wing, and we made some kind of tricks to the tip that it should not tip stall that easily, because that's absolutely important when you fly over 30 minutes concentrated to fulfill the task. I think this plane should be a great performer and a great handling plane as well, because in the end I think the success of the AN66 is not only founded on the performance of the plane, but it's also because it's easy to fly. And this is what we acclaim with the ASW 12 as well. And if you don't like the one plane, you might like the other more, but they will be pretty similar. I suppose from the aerodynamics which we calculated, this one should thermal pretty easily and pretty efficient, and almost has the legs on the intermediate speed on the course as an AN66. That's the goal.
The beauty about the fuselage design, you can see here, it will also fit the RFT from Schambeck as also Orbis club triebwerk in it, which is very important.
A retractable motor.
You can have the FES option with the removable front propeller like we have on our all other planes. We will have the landing gear with the higher position if you want to have the nose wing. And what's very nice, as you can see here, is the tape. That's the joining from the fuselage, and the wing is also splitted in 4 pieces, and we have 6 flaps for landing.
2-piece T-tail as well.
2-piece T-tail which can be connected, so it's really small and easy to store, and still it has quite a bit of volume for all the stuff, so that's very nice.
Yeah, actually the classic sailplanes out of the late 60s and early 70s, they had the right geometry when you build them in a 1/3 scale. A lot of modern sailplanes have much more taper ratio, shorter tail arms, which is making it a little bit more tough to create a real good airplane for the 1/3 class. And therefore I'm pretty confident that this will be a very, very nice sailplane.
And also if you want to fly it in the slope, what is really nice, it has the wing above.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to land also in higher grass. And definitely with all the experience from Philip on the AN66, I'm sure we created something really, really unique. This is the prototype. We got it from Spain. It arrived one day before the expo here. We wanted to show the guys. Philip came specially down here to have a look at this plane. And now we wanted to show you guys, give the option to go on Facebook Live and see what we experience here, because we have
to be honest, I'm pretty impressed about this plane. Jorge, if you watch this, you did a really brilliant job on this construction and on the building. And from this point on, you know, we start on a very, very high level, and we can only improve.
And Kolb, we wish you all the best luck for the World Championship in F5J. I know he's very
excited about
very
it.
excited.
Okay.
So after that one, he will start with the first production plane, which we made for us. If I'm not sure if we achieve it, there will be 2 of them flying at the World Championship in Spain. If not, I will get my personal one in autumn. Then we will test fly, learn about it, and then Philip gets his racing one, and then we're gonna start doing production. You can pre-order the plane already. We already have quite a few pre-orders, and then I would say you can come and see us racing on that glider next year onwards on the GPS Triangle Tour.
Yeah, and from my side, maybe from your side too, if he sees it, Hans-Werner Grosse, big kudos. What you did with these machines, amazing.
Very nice, yeah. And what you also, Philip, you have a friend which has the original coaster.
Yes, Hans-Peter Eggmann is flying it as well with a 19-meter version. Actually, exactly this glider. He did a retrofit of the canopy. He has a 1-piece canopy. So I think maybe if somebody doesn't want to have this frame around, he can have it as well, because actually, all in all, there were only 15 ASW 12 built, and they were all pretty unique. Some had the original span, some had enlarged span, others had a sharp nose, which was retrofitted. Others have the 1-piece canopy, later retrofitted. So even if you're into scale plane, not so much GPS triangle flying, I think you have a pretty good base for a really, really nice classic sailplane design, which you can fly maybe on your glider meetings or just on your local flying field.
So if you want to get an ASW 12, you're very happy to contact me. I am the distributor of this one. This is my part of the game. Jorge will produce it. Philip will fly with it. I will for sure fly with it, and many others. And we're going to change now into 2 modes. The live stream here on Facebook, we will show show you the plane around, which the YouTube channel. We are closing this interview now, and you will have a separate section where we're showing all the details.